Hey everybody, I'm Sam Duncan, one of the analysts here at HFS. Firstly, thank you for tuning into this HFS video cast. I'll be your host today, but luckily I won't be alone. We've got two great people here. I've got Christoph Kisker from Celonis and Marty Pavlik from DocuLabs. We're going to be talking a little bit about how process intelligence leader Celonis is curating a global ecosystem of partners to drive intelligent processes and business execution. So you may already know DocuLabs is one of Celonis' strategic partners. So we're also going to be delving a little bit into how the partnership works in action and what sort of benefits they're hoping to realize together. So I'll give these great guys a chance to introduce themselves. I think Marty, will start with you.
Yeah, hi, I'm Marty Pavlik. I'm the Executive Vice President of DocuLabs out of Chicago. When I'm not the Executive Vice President of DocuLabs, I'm pretty much a chauffeur with my wife, Sarah, driving our kids around Homer Glen, Abigail, Marty, and Ellie. So happy to be here today.
Awesome. And Christoph?
Yeah, thanks, Sam. My name is Christoph Kisker, Vice President of Digital Consulting here at Celonis. And my team and I helping consulting audit firms around the world to embed Celonis into their offering to accelerate and differentiate the services, but also digitalizing their knowledge on our platform. Thanks for inviting us.
Fantastic. And Christoph, I think while you're on the hot seat, we'll start with you for the questions. Can you sort of give us a brief introduction into Celonis and how you work with companies like DocuLabs?
So Celonis is a clear market leader in executive management system market, founded in 2011. And with our Celonis executive management system, EMS, we provide a cloud platform that operates as a layer across all the client systems, not only to analytically reveal process inefficiencies, but also providing possibilities to fix them through prediction and automation. I think the EMS in general is a perfect fit between service companies and technology because consulting firms can leverage these capabilities to drive continuous value to our clients and accelerate their services in the market.
Awesome. I think it's been a very interesting journey to watch from the sidelines from my perspective. I think, HFS covered Celonis as a hot vendor in 2018, and then we fast forward 4 years and it's just been an absolute explosion, right? It's been a rocket ship ride to sort of leaders in the process intelligence market. So it's a really exciting company. It's a really exciting space. And then I think over to you, Marty. Could you tell us a little bit about DocuLabs? What's the core value proposition there? And then where does Celonis fit into the mix?
Yeah, I'd love to. DocuLabs is a 30-year-old management consulting firm. We've been helping companies across various industries adopt digital technologies and optimize processes. What we're seeing in the marketplace today is a lot of digital initiatives are starting, and that's a pretty easy thing to do. However, the execution on those digital initiatives is really where companies are starting to struggle. I'm here in Chicago today, and just behind me is the old Chicago Post Office. It was built in 1921. The U.S. Post Office left that building 20 years ago, and now Uber Travel's moving into it, Walgreens and other technology companies are moving in. The problem, though, is much like a lot of companies, that building was built years ago for a different strategy, for a different purpose. And now they have to re-engineer the entire building, from the way tenants join the building, the way they enter the building, the infrastructure that has to be. And that's the same dilemma a lot of companies are dealing with, is they're trying to adapt new technologies into some old infrastructure, some old processes, as well as old operational procedures. Where we see Celonis really helping with that is being able to really examine the true process activities and what actually is occurring to help them make the right determination on what digital technologies to adopt, and more important, how to make impact.
Also, to add on that, I think the value of DocuLabs and other service companies to really tailor this technology on the specific client situation in terms of industry, the specific problems that you want to solve, and drive action in a sustainable way.
No, that's fantastic. I love Marty, the reference to the post office building behind you. It's a great use of the natural environment, and it's really a great reference to have. So could you maybe take us back to the beginning? I think you'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was 2020 when you started working with Celonis. I think, the process intelligence space it's been quite a crowded market. We've seen huge investments. We've seen maybe some vendors getting scooped up in acquisitions here and there, but Celonis are doing fantastically. And I guess, why did you choose Celonis?
Yeah, 2020, you definitely remember that year. DocuLabs remember it for the time we started this Celonis partnership, but obviously there's a lot of other things going on in the world. But at that time, what we were seeing in the marketplace, consulting services marketplace, is there needed to be a paradigm shift at DocuLabs. And we really wanted to pivot the company and go from recommending technologies to our clients to really adopting new technologies within inside our own firm to be able to deliver consulting services. We really looked at process mining as a tool that could really revolutionize the whole consulting industry and really dramatically shift the way we go to market as a consulting firm. The reason we chose Celonis is when you look at other process mining tools, a lot of them focus on automation and adopting additional RPA processes and things of that nature. And they miss the mark on really where is the value being derived from. That's what we love about the Celonis tool and the Celonis company overall. They focus on value first and use technology to enable that.
Yeah, I think that's a theme we've seen in our research, maybe sort of process mining, process discovery not being a road just to automation, but like you say, just unlocking true business value or execution efficiency and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So can you talk a little bit about, we're 2 years in now, so can we talk a little bit about what you've achieved with Celonis? Maybe we look at sort of how many clients maybe wins, how many people you've trained, et cetera, metrics like that.
Yeah, I mean, thinking about 2 years now, it seems like it's a long time. And, when I look over those 2 years, one word that really comes to mind is the word commitment. DocuLabs was 100% committed to Celonis. In fact, we have no other technology partnerships with process mining vendors. We're solely focused on Celonis. And I think that commitment really shows just from the results we've achieved in the last 2 years. From the very beginnings, we mandated that all of our consultants go through the Celonis training. From there, we saw a dramatic increase in projects. Specifically, our Celonis practice grew 700% last year, which is totally remarkable for a firm our size. And then also really proud of the accomplishments of becoming North America's Partner of the Year last year. And I'm happy to announce that we recently just achieved the platinum level of partnership with Celonis.
Congratulations, 700% growth is, I wonder how close you might be to Celonis there. It's pretty high. So there's a specific program you're using at Celonis, so Celonis for Consulting, C4C+. Can you tell us a little bit about what impact that has for you and your clients and how you're delivering that to your clients?
Yeah, so going back to that paradigm shift at DocuLabs, when you think of consulting and you think about the way you're presenting yourself to clients, a lot of it's based on experience and the fact that you've done this before. But at the end of the day, you're still delivering a service, which is very difficult to see, right? Well, utilizing Celonis C4C+, we're able to productize our intellectual capital and intellectual knowledge over the last 30 years into apps. And with these apps, we're able to show the client of exactly what our services can do at their companies. So it's been a tremendous game changer. And the fact that we could go into a client and actually show them with their own data, mind you, with inside 10 days of what our services could do has been truly remarkable. So for example, we've built some apps for time card to cash. So any staffing firm or really any large organization managing a lot of subcontractors have to manage time cards, right? And how do they actually manage the time cards to the ultimate end of the payment is a very manual, complex process. Now, going into a client 3 years ago, we could have definitely talked to the fact that we had experience in this area, but now we could actually show them the application with inside Celonis and show them the value we could drive. We have additional apps such as the migration app Actually, that's the way we got started with Celonis. Is a large financial institutional client was looking to migrate from their current existing workflow system to a newer platform, and they asked us to build a business case for it. And really utilizing the Celonis technology, we were really able to get down to almost the penny of what impact that migration could have and what processes they should be migrating. It was a tremendous success story. And we have other apps as well. We have a fraud management app, and we're really happy to announce inside the next month, we'll be launching our manufacturing app.
This is great. So I think going over to Christoph now from the Celonis side, I think, Marty's already spoken about becoming a platinum partner and how great that is. Can you tell us a little bit about, from the Celonis perspective, what you're investing into the partnership, what you're investing into DocuLabs?
Yep. So platinum partner like DocuLabs are the core of our company strategy, because we have a technology, but drive this value to our clients needs continuous and sustainable impact at the client side. So DocuLabs utilizes Celonis across several go-to-market motion, Celonis for consulting, creating assets, especially in the insurance and banking industry. We are supporting our platinum partners like DocuLabs by investing in building up these assets, digitalizing their knowledge about banking insurance processes into scalable assets on the platform of technology and make them available to our clients. Furthermore, we have regular meetings with our go-to-market teams across the world in all regions to leverage that knowledge and the assets for clients in a similar situation.
Fantastic. And then back to Marty, I think, has this partnership opened any doors for you maybe that you thought might be close to you before, helped you win bigger clients, for example? Maybe if you have any client case studies, that's always interesting. I know you mentioned a couple earlier, anything like that.
Yeah. When I think of this partnership, you mentioned two things. One is clients, but in this business, you also need people. And what this partnership brought to us is a team, right? When we go to the client with Celonis, we're one team. And I think the expansion of that team has been a tremendous competitive advantage for DocuLabs. And what I mean by that is, if you think about it, when these large complex companies come to us with a problem, they're looking for our knowledge as well as our technology expertise. The more capabilities we could show them and bring them to them as a team is ultimately what makes us win work. So one great example of this is a large insurance client came to us and asked us if we can analyze the subrogation process. This is a very competitive bid situation. We were going against the big four, as well as some other large management consulting companies. And ultimately, this project was going to be potentially a multi-year, seven-figure engagement. However, when we looked at it and we brought the Celonis team in, we thought, what if we could use C4C Plus in this situation and dramatically change the time frame on the amount of value we could deliver in time frame. So what we were able to do is look at their subrogation process, which is a very complex process within the financial services industry. We were able to digest their data from their system, which is a system that all insurance companies use that it's never been done before at Celonis. We were able to digest that data inside the system in 10 days and be able to show them their complete end-to-end process, which included over 4,500 different paths and variations to them. By being able to do that, we were able to deliver inside an 8-week window what other firms were proposing to do over a year and cost millions of dollars. And we were able to show them inside that 8 weeks that really the recovery time value proposition starts at that 10-week window, meaning that the recovery time for an insurance claim and subrogation process pretty much ends after 10 weeks. And that's where you're going to capture the most amount of value in the claims process, recovery claims process. And that was a remarkable win, but it was great we were able to do it, but we weren't be able to do it without the DocuLabs team and also, importantly, the Celonis team. And I think that's really what the partnership has brought us, a great team.
That's fantastic. I think cutting anything down from sort of months and years to weeks and days, weeks and months is always a huge win. And then I think pulling in sort of the spaghetti diagram, as it were, showing people how sort of messy these processes are and actually showing them that and how you can fix them is really quite compelling. And I love the emphasis on the people as well. I think, over the years, you've pictured a people, process, technology Venn diagram. It's all meant to be equal parts, right? And I think people have got so maybe wrapped up in the technology side of it that we forget how important the people and the processes are. And the people in particular, the technology Venn is just growing exponentially, and it's just completely dwarfing other crucial components. So that's a really, really good piece. And I like that a lot. But what's your vision for the partnership over the next couple of years? If we look to maybe 2025, how many projects do you see yourself using Celonis with? How much growth do we see there?
Well, the growth is important. The number of implementations is very important, but my real vision for the partnership goes beyond those numerical quantitative kind of measurements. At DocuLabs, our main goal is really to make an impact. And when you think about the word impact, it really goes back to just what you said, Sam, right? People. It's all about people. And we feel if we can make an impact in not only our clients, but the people we work with on a day-to-day basis, like this phone call, we'll be successful in this partnership. So, for example, when we're looking at clients' data and we're implementing process redesign initiatives and things of that nature, it's important to take a step back and really think about what this would impact that person's day-to-day life. Hopefully, the process redesign impacts it in a better way, and they're doing more value-added activities per se, more enjoyable activities at the end of the day. Therefore, at the end of the day, their life-work balance is better, and that's really the goal of the partnership. That's the end vision. If we can make an impact on everybody's life in that way, we'll be successful, right? Beyond the numbers, beyond the implementations, things of that nature. So that's our ultimate goal. And it starts day to day, right? It starts with this phone call. How could I make everyone on this phone call successful? And then also implementing what we're doing with Celonis. So adopting Celonis's methodology inside our methodology for clients to have a smooth, good experience during an implementation, as well as looking at their product roadmap and making sure we're ahead of it with our engineering team. And we're rebuilding our apps and not just being stalemate with inside the old versions, and really continuously upgrading our apps to make the overall experience for both our clients, our employees, as well as the Celonis team, a more enjoyable experience.
I love the emphasis again on the people, and then also just practicing what you preach, improving the experience for your own people, because the employee experience is almost as important as the user experience these days, right? It's critical for success now. So again, I think that's a really great piece to this partnership. But if we loop back to you, Christoph, I think, what do you think is the uniqueness of the DocuLabs and Celonis partnership? What do you think maybe the key differentiator is here? Yeah,
so I think we touched on several aspects already. I want to just echo the team aspect. I think we have a great synergy for our clients in our joint team. Also the expertise in the banking insurance sector. But if I think about what's unique about DocuLabs is it's 2 years ago when we started, they were one of the only consulting firms that thought about their own business model, right? So how can we provide a better experience for our clients through our services? How can we do the digital transformation that we are advising our clients on? How can we do it for ourselves? And we see it currently in the industry, it's picking up. All big consulting firms start utilizing programs like Celonis for consulting. But I think this early adapters, this thought leadership about where is professional services heading in the next year, that is very unique 2 years ago. And now, as Martin already said, we are already next step. We are digitalizing this and knowledge around the processes, that it's not in the head of one consultant anymore. It's not in the head of Martin anymore, all about claims and ensuring knowledge. He can now make it available to all of his consultants through this solution that we heard about. So great thought leadership, not only for the industry of insurance, but also for professional services and how we provide services in the futures.
That's fantastic. And I think, Marty, the same for you. What's the differentiator here? What's the secret sauce of the partnership?
Yeah, I agree with Christoph. I mean, if you really stop and think about what he just said, it really comes down to innovation, right? We're really innovating everything we do. And it's not just about the technology, it's about the application of the technology. So the technology is amazing. You could identify 10,000 process variations within inside a couple days, unheard of 5 years ago. But what do you do with that knowledge? And really, how do we innovate? Delivering that knowledge to clients is critical. And I think that's the uniqueness between DocuLabs and Celonis and why we work so well together. It's because we really want to innovate the way value is captured at a client using process mining and execution management overall.
Perfect. And I have, I think, just one final question now, and it's one I'd like to ask both of you. So I'll let you fight over who's going to go first and who's going to close us out at the end. But how much impact do you think this partnership could make? You know, what's the big ambition here? What's the long-term goal?
I'll let Christoph go.
Yeah, I think going down the road.
That's a great way to get out answering the question first.
Yeah, let me start and looking forward to your view on that. I think we will establish, already have, but even more in the future, have a very, very strong thought leadership around in the industries that we can bring to our clients, providing solutions to all of the problem in scaling this knowledge about processes across our entire client base. So Martin is sitting in his office in the US, but like the digitalization, I think that is fundamental, allows to serve clients everywhere. So he is now putting his knowledge on claims and industry insurance into one scalable asset and can apply it to all clients around the world that are connected to Celonis, from Australia to Japan to Europe and US. And I think that is the power of the partnership, but also the power of the future of consulting. I'm very excited to explore what's in here. And I think every digital transformation, any digitalization had winner and losers. And I see like DocuLabs is skyrocketing business model. I'm sure we can open more revenue streams. We can help to attract talents that want to work with the latest technology for DocuLabs and provide sustainable impact to our joint clients.
Wow, that was a great answer, and maybe he should have went second because that would have been a great closing answer. I guess I'll take my shot at it the best of my ability. And when I think about the ambition of the partnership and really where we want to take it is we want to be Celonis's #1 service provider. And what that means to us is having applications that actually impact clients' lives as well as provide tremendous value. That means being the #1 implementation partner and being measured on quality as well as numerical of number of implementations. And then also really trying to help Celonis innovate the execution management system and make it the #1 platform, continue to make it the #1 platform in this space. And that's really the main ambition for us, is be Celonis's #1 partner, continue to build out numerous apps across industries that really impact the value for clients they're gathering, as well as, most importantly, impact their daily lives.
I love that you heard it here first. DocuLabs are gunning to be the #1 partner of Celonis. Big goal. Big goal. It's definitely an exciting space and it's definitely an exciting partnership. So I'm personally super excited to see how this plays out in the next sort of 2-3 years, the next 2-3 months. It's just super exciting. But that brings us up on time. So thank you so much, Marty. Thank you, Christoph, for your time today. And thank you, everyone at home, for watching. Have a great day wherever, and I suppose whenever you are. Cheers.